Good evening and welcome. Rahul Gandhi has given India another moment. He was asked this Friday a simple question by a professor, a very simple question, by a professor and an economist in Singapore. In fact, the question was so simple, at least by normal standards, that it needed either an affirmation or a rebuttal. That's all. Yes or no, that's all. The person asking the question got a patronizing kind of response from Rahul, and then he figured that actually the problem was that Rahul had not understood the question. So realizing that Rahul had not understood his simple question, he asked the simple question again, even more simply. And even then, Rahul did not understand the question. And instead of answering his question, he came up with an answer that nobody else could also understand. So embarrassing were some of his replies that by this morning, these videos started going across all over India as WhatsApp jokes. And that's when the Congress blundered. They edited the video. They faked it. They put one part of the video, cut a part, put another to make Rahul Gandhi look good. So a national party actually put out a doctored video on the Congress party's official site. Viewers, only Donald Trump can match Rahul Gandhi in video goof-ups. Nobody else. In fact, I think Rahul Gandhi is better. So tonight, once again, as we debate this video goof-up, row, controversy, whatever you call it, the question is this: the stage for 2019. Is this the political alternative that the nation has? That's debate number one tonight, this Friday evening. Lots of laughs, lots of questions on debate number one tonight. Rahul video row. We'll open it up. We'll show you the videos. We'll show you how it was doctored. And there is a professor who now says, joining me today, that he's going to sue Rahul Gandhi. Debate number two tonight. It is proven today that the UPA fast-tracked Dawood's AIDS passport, Tatkal, for a Dawood manager. Why did the Congress do that? The mystery gets deeper, and here are the headlines this Friday evening on the debate tonight.
That during the years that your family ruled India, India's per capita income was growing less than the world average.
Camera higher. 4 edits in 266 seconds. Professor PK Basu calls out the Congress for editing Rahul Gandhi's Singapore video. Save Raga edit lands Congress in a major controversy. The party defends the doctored video. The doctored and undoctored videos are both out. Who do you think won, Rahul or Basu? The poll is live tonight. Day after his AIDS arrest, the spotlight is back on the Dawood UPA link. Revealed for the first time the Congress party's urgency to renew Dawood AIDS fake passport in 2011. And which Congress minister treated Takla as a super VVIP? Both Chidambaram and SM Krishna have gone silent. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I will show you two videos. The first video shows the well-known author PK Basu, very respected, asking some straight, but I must say this, simple questions. Simple questions to Rahul Gandhi on India's growth story, which Rahul Gandhi could not understand and was unable to answer. That's not surprising. The second video, put out by the Congress party of the same event, is doctored. There are 4 clear edits to try and give Rahul Gandhi an upper hand. Falsification of fact, fake news, doctored videos. This is what the Congress party is down to now to protect Rahul Gandhi and his incapacity to understand a simple question. The videos are out. I will let you be the judge on this. Who do you back, Rahul Gandhi or the Singapore professor? Let's debate.
On the debate tonight, Rahul Gandhi is flying from one global capital to another. He was last spotted in Singapore on Thursday.
Since you asked me back a question, let me just elaborate on the question a bit. At the point of independence, India's per capita income was one of the lowest in the world. India's life expectancy at birth was 32 years, the lowest in the world. Africa's average was 38. So when you are the poorest country in the world, you should be growing faster than the world average in order to close the gap.
Okay, if I may interrupt.
And unfortunately, during the period of your family's rule,
thank you very much,
India did
Mr.
not
Basu.
achieve that.
Thank you.
That's the question. Why?
Thank you. I mean, there was a sharp question. You can either decide to take it or not.
I can take it if you want.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Do you agree? First of all, do you agree that India is a success today?
Of course.
You do.
Flustered and perplexed at this event, something he may not have expected while being away from active politics. His party back home tried damage control but messed up. Watch this video.
My question is this. Why is it that during the years that your family ruled India, India's per capita income was growing less than the world average? And yet, in the years since your family relinquished the Prime Ministership of India, India's per capita income has grown substantially faster than the world average.
That I'm a great admirer of your great-grandfather, Jawaharlal Nehru, and I think all the good things that whatever India is today is because of the Indian Congress Party. And if you look at the Constitution of India, your party has very successfully put in the values of the Congress Party into the Constitution of India.
You're both going to extremes, right? I mean, give me something in the middle. This conversation, right, shows you the polarization.
It does.
That gentleman thinks that nothing has ever been done by the Congress Party.
And here's what Congress tried to hide.
Please read the book. It's called Asia Reborn. At the point of independence, India's per capita income was one of the lowest in the world. India's life expectancy at birth was 32 years, the lowest in the world. Africa's average was 38.
Do you agree? First of all, do you agree that India is a success today?
Of course.
You do.
Okay.
Yes.
Please answer the question.
Yes,
I've answered the question.
Very crisp, clear question.
Hello.
I've answered the question.
Professor PK Basu won't take it lying down.
What are you going to do? Because you've now, I saw your tweet where you said that I'm going to, I can prepare for prosecution. Was that an emotional response? Are you sincere about it?
Now, they are using my image, they are using my words, and then they are splicing them.
Yes.
They are using my image.
They're using your image and your
my
words. Yeah, absolutely, no doubt.
And they're splicing to advertise, to falsely advertise their politician, Rahul Gandhi.
Yeah, they're doing that.
So
they're doing that.
this is the problem.
The two videos are out in public domain. So who do you back? Rahul or Professor Basu? Let's debate.
I'll just take a little while in a short introduction tonight. Welcome back to the program. Aarti Jairath is with me to my left, and also with us today is Ashutosh Mishra, political analyst and evergreen Rahul Gandhi supporter through thick, thin, logic and the lack of it. Dushyant Nagar, and my right is Nalin Kohli, BJP spokesperson, advocate in the Supreme Court. Shantanu Gupta, political analyst, author of the book The Monk Who Became Chief Minister. And to his right is Kanchan Gupta, who is now getting more and more aggressive, and I love it. I'm loving it, Kanchan Gupta, today. Maybe it's the Republic effect on you. You've been on channels which have been, sort of tempered your spirit over the last few days. And Sumant Siraman is in faraway Chennai, listening to us today. Sumant, good evening. And my first question today is to Professor PK Basu. He's author of Asia Reborn. I told him this morning when I spoke to him, I loved his introduction. He put it in context. Now, before I ask you the first question, I just want to say one thing. Rahul Gandhi has created history once again. And by this morning, another clip of his went viral. I'm just explaining. And at this point, I must say this, that Rahul Gandhi is in a league of his own with Donald Trump. And he told me 3 years ago that what is needed to be done to understand Rahul Gandhi. And he said, to understand that question, you have to understand a little bit about who Rahul Gandhi is and what Rahul Gandhi's circumstances have been. This is what he told me in 2014. And I must say today, Aarti, that I give up. I cannot fathom. I cannot fathom Rahul Gandhi's mind. It's a little difficult because, you know, after all, a 47, 48-year-old man, to analyze him, he was repeated the question 3 times in the original video, which we saw out there, right, Shantanu? Yeah. 3 times. And the question is a simple one. It's not a complicated one. It's not a PhD question. The question is why India's per capita income was growing less than the world during Congress rule. And he fumbled, he fidgeted, he was left flustered. And has he mastered the art of mugging up answers no matter what the question is? Because that's not going to happen when you go to a distinguished event. And this is a man who's a candidate to be leader of the entire opposition, who all of Lutyens media is emotionally supporting. No problem with that. But the question is of capacity, ability, interest, competence, comprehension. Simple thing. Comprehension. So on this basis, I start my questioning of Professor Basu. Professor Basu, can you tell me what happened? We saw the WhatsApp video. Can you tell me what happened? And this morning you told me that you're not going to take this lying down. What happened? What happened?
Well, I asked him a very simple factual question. Why is it that in all the years, 1947 to 1989, that his family ruled India as prime ministers, India's per capita income was growing slower than the world average? And yet, in the period since his family relinquished the prime ministership, India's per capita income has grown so much faster than the world average that India has actually begun to start closing the gap with the rest of the world. And a poor country should be growing much faster. We had the misfortune of having his great-grandfather as the first prime minister of the Dominion of India. It's worth remembering that the first prime minister of India was actually Subhash Bose. There was a provisional government of Free India established here in Singapore. Rahul Gandhi yesterday went to visit the INA Memorial. I'm glad he did, because when Jawaharlal Nehru first came to Singapore in March 1946, he was invited by Mountbatten as a signal that the British preferred Nehru. So he arrived. He was met in Singapore by the INA veterans. And Mountbatten then told him, please don't meet the INA veterans because that leaves a bad impression with us. So he boycotted the INA veterans thereafter, and they have never forgotten it. The people of India have forgotten. The history of the INA has been entirely forgotten, and yet it was the INA that fought for our freedom.
No, but Professor,
it fought for our freedom and got us our freedom.
Professor, I say one thing to you. You
Yes,
asked the question.
Yeah.
It's an underhand delivery. Coming from from an author of Asia Reborn, it's a simple question. It's an easy question. Anyone with a basic understanding of history, politics, and economics could have answered that question in different ways. I knew where you were coming from. It was a jibe, but any half-smart person would have said that could be a combination of factors. It could be the price of oil. It could be the lag factor of reforms. It could be global economic factors. It could be a slowdown in the Asian tigers. It could be the political stability that came in recent times, which did not exist in the late 90s. As in, I'm saying today that there are many ways of deflecting that question. Suppose one had to bat back to Professor Basu, there are many reasonable ways of answering. What I don't get, and I put this question to everyone on the panel, but how does he, how did he do this? The question is, Aarti, and we always want to how does Rahul Gandhi end up doing
now let
this?
me just...
And because he asked the question, then the Congress party trolls go and say... So, Arnab, he wants to say, what happened? What happened? Yeah, Professor Basu. Yeah. What happened after that question? You were asking the question, then what happened?
Yeah, you see, now, basically, I asked the question. He came back and asked me, what is my hypothesis? I said, it is not for me to give my hypothesis. I have a hypothesis, but it is not for me to give the hypothesis. It's for you to answer the question. And he didn't answer the question either. Then he was given a third chance. And then I explained the thing in much more detail. I explained that life expectancy at birth in India at that time was 32 years, the lowest in the world. So the country that is the poorest should be growing fastest. If the country that is the poorest in the world is not growing faster than everybody else, then it is doing badly. So it's not even, leave alone doing better than everybody else, it was doing worse than the average of the world, which is actually a shocking situation. And it is about time.
So this morning, Professor, 1 minute. This morning, the fight began when the Congress party put out a doctored video. You said, what did the Congress party do? What was the doctored video? They just cut out your part to make Rahul Gandhi look good. Tell us about it.
The Congress party, last night, immediately after the event, they put out a doctored video. I didn't realize that they had put out a doctored video until 3 or 4 hours later, because some friends told me that, good question, you asked a good question, but Rahul Gandhi had a really witty response. I said, really? What witty response? There was no response. So I then looked up the so-called Twitter handle of INC India, and the office of ORG or office of RG, and it turned out that they had a fake news video. They had a doctored video that did not show him floundering for a response and clearly demonstrating his inability to answer my simple factual question. Instead, they spliced what I had said with the sycophantic next question, and then made Rahul Gandhi look like a witty person who was being magnanimous. He was being anything but, I can assure you.
Okay, Professor.
Professor,
let's stay there, Professor. I open up the debate now. I open up the debate now, Professor. For a while among our other panelists, I'm going to come back to you, but you don't go away. Don't go away.
So when you,
introducing
us program, you used a sentence that you spoke to Rahul Gandhi, and he said what you should do to understand Rahul Gandhi. And you here you should understand that he's a shy person.
Shy?
You go somewhere and a person stands up from the crowd and abuses your family.
Who's abused the family?
Of course,
where's the abuse?
Exactly. Data says that in 26 years when Jawaharlal Nehru was the Prime Minister, 16 years, India was doing better than the world. We were growing faster.
Where's the abuse?
Okay.
Where is the abuse?
You get up and you say,
growth rate came from there, sir.
All of you have created this narrative.
All of you
have created this narrative.
I am a journalist like you. I'm an independent person. I'm not a representative of Congress.
Ashutosh, listen here. There is a history. We are not an elephant, we are a beehive. Congress party is a conversation. Poverty is in the minds. Politics is in shirts. India is a computer, Congress party is a default program. You have to understand it's not funny anymore, because there is, it's not funny anymore. There's a very serious
I'm not here
on ability, comprehension.
I'm not here to defend him. I'm just talking about
Shantanu, what emerges out of this? So, and today the entire Congress party went out and they said, this man is a detractor. Right. He's a political detractor. Professor doesn't look like a, a hate Rahul Gandhi club political detractor.
He asked a very pointed, straight question.
What was going on?
I think, Arnab, I'll say that in his process to become a full-time politician from a weekend politician, I want to salute his bravery that he's ready to go to smart places like Likwad. So that we will give credit to Rahul Gandhi, that knowing his intellectual capacity.
What do you feel about that?
So I think that's very limited. That's very limited. He asked a very pointed question that how leaving the Nehruvian economy, we have a Hindu growth rate, and that all happened during Nehru, Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi, and came 1991 when we liberalized, but after that all good happened without a Gandhi Prime Minister, right? So that there would have been a very easy answer that he could have taken the credit of liberalization. He could have told that, as you told, those political days were not stable.
You see, you do realize that this is becoming very embarrassing, Aarti and Nalin.
Exactly.
It is embarrassing now that Congress spin doctors are coming out to protect Rahul Gandhi's intellectual inability to answer a simple question.
And that too with Dr. Video.
This is not
that's really the issue.
The real issue is Rahul Gandhi's real ability.
The real issue is that given the fact that he had fumbled, what was the need for the Congress PR team or his social media team or whoever runs that Twitter handle of his? What was the need to put it out on social media?
The need is.
I mean, they should have kept quiet on it. That would have been much simpler.
The need is that you have to protect a leader who is looking intellectually shallow. Let me put it very simple.
How will you protect him? Because the truth is going to come out.
Well, you have to keep protecting him. Unless you change him as the leader, you have to keep protecting him. Put him up there.
The truth is going to come out.
Well,
so, you know, that was the stupid, that was the
video was
stupidity
already
of
out
it.
with someone else.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, so, I mean, the Congress could not have hoped that this thing was going to remain hidden and everybody would buy the Congress
What
narrative.
thing? Let's talk about what thing?
The fact that Rahul Gandhi was unable to
historically. Does he have a problem of understanding issues in depth, understanding of history, politics, you know, putting things in context? You see, you can give a definitive answer if, let me put it, if you have some sense of India, history, contemporary politics, individuals, economics, culture, language, you know, you can't go around making this stupid comments like, I've got a list out here, it's incredible, keeps getting longer and longer. Dalit community needs the escape velocity of Jupiter. India is bigger than Europe and the United States put together. No, it's not funny. No, it's not. I'm asking the question to the viewers today. Is it funny, Kanchan Gupta? Is this funny anymore that, you know, you go around and say things like this? There is a tendency. He has actually said there is a tendency to look upon India as a country. He has said it. Now, you can keep forgiving it, saying, oh, it's Rahul Gandhi. But for God's sake, it is Rahul Gandhi, so you're worried.
No, as you rightly said,
do we have a problem?
Yeah, we have a problem. We have a problem. I mean, it is like the famous message being sent out from Houston, we have a problem. But the problem...
No, this morning I woke up at night. Now, again, you can say lack of comprehension, ability, lack of focus. But then he keeps saying things like that. You see the repeat cycle, it's not a one-off.
Yeah,
Kanchan Gupta, there is a genuine issue out here.
Arnab, you just now said that he's intellectually shallow. Now, as a politician, I really don't expect, I mean, not only him, but any other politician, to be an intellectual giant. There is no expectation as such about that. But a politician who wants to sort of assume leadership of his party and use that to assume leadership of the country, he has to be sharp. He has to be able to deflect questions which are uncomfortable, with some reasoning, and slip out of that situation.
Yeah.
Which he is unable to do. So what he does is that he goes and sort of wades into a zone about which he knows nothing. I don't think he understands what's per capita income or what does it mean in terms of a growing economy or the economy of a newly developed country.
He doesn't know as he's not literate about these issues?
I don't think so. I seriously doubt.
Because he's never been exposed. The only time, I mean, I had an opportunity of speaking to him, and you know, he was rather repetitive in 2014 when asked. I don't want to comment about the interview. That's not professional. But the fact is that does he have the ability? Ka problem hai in terms of the ability. Sumant, I want you also into the debate. Nalin, what do you think? You have a problem here, and if there is a problem, we should not be embarrassed to talk about it. And we can't give cryptic replies, and we can't cover up also, you know, because so much of support has been given saying he is the author, he's the architect, new form of politics post-Gujarat when he got 10 seats more. But at the end of it, how much of it is true and how much...
Mr. Goswami, I think you need to bear in mind that what his handlers, and I'm using the word handlers in terms of social media, whatever, is that they are sending out a message that he's a manufactured or a doctored leader. I mean, in effect, that's what's happening. The doctored video is only confirming that without the support structure of presenting him in a credible manner, there's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So therefore, what you're seeing again and again are these instances where a whole team is somehow trying to manufacture leadership. That's as simple as that. There's no seriousness coming out of it. You go before this, there's a biscuit feeding to piddy. So that's an important thing.
No, leave the satire.
No, it's not only the satire.
Serious
this is seriously being put out by someone. Let's take the hugs. While you have Benjamin Netanyahu visiting the country, you have a fairly, and I would say a fairly distasteful video coming out from the official handle of the Congress party that, excuse me, this is the hug diplomacy. All the reactions are foreign. Even the ordinance were put in there. So therefore, maybe there's a team working globally while he travels globally, trying to, you know, manufacture all of these things. And that's exactly reflecting here. Because if he's actually here to lead India...
No, but today was a genuine problem. Nalin, today was a genuine...
What you are doing is you are actually absolving Rahul Gandhi and putting the blame on his social media handlers, and that's what you also did. Aarti. But
Yeah,
I
but
think
it was a PR disaster.
No, it was a PR disaster. But he's but Aarti, he is not some.
I must clarify.
He's pushing.
There are two issues here.
There is a problem.
One is how Rahul Gandhi conducted himself at the question-answer session.
But that's only one example.
And clearly he made a mess of it.
No, not a mess of it. No, not a mess. Not a mess. Not a mess. I'll tell you. No, Aarti was not making a mess. 1 second. I go back to Professor Basu and I want to go to.
I just have a comment.
I want to go to. Just a bit. So I want to go to.
Just one comment only, because you said you're absolving. I'm not. I'm just merely pointing out very, very clearly that this entire team is required to manufacture that leadership. Because the kind of comments that keep coming out again and again, they are doing it.
That is the stupid part of it.
No, the stupid part of it.
Stupid or not stupid, that's not the issue.
Second issue.
The issue is there's no seriousness coming out in the entire exercise.
Stupid to think that you can manufacture something that doesn't exist.
No, I'll take two.
And it's stupid to put out a doctored video. It's stupid to put out a doctored video because
No, but you can't blame the Congress for putting a doctored video.
I blame his team.
No, you can't keep blaming his team. His team, suppose you have an incompetent...
for choosing the persons he did.
No, again you are absolving him. 1 second, you are absolving him and you're saying that. I go to Rahul Gandhi and simple question.
You, Arnab, if you choose the wrong person to do a reportage, then you naturally have to take the responsibility for it. The buck stops with you.
Absolutely. No. The question is, I want to talk about Rahul Gandhi today. You can't keep blaming the team. And the issue is the issue is today, because the serious point is Rahul Gandhi, can he be the face, of an opposition, and that's why we are deconstructing it. The issue is now, did he understand? The bigger question is, Sumant, I was looking at that video and I believe everybody in India should see that video today. And viewers, I'll tell you why everybody in India should see that video. You should see that video and ask yourself,
Arnab,
does Rahul Gandhi, Sumant, 1 minute please. Does Rahul Gandhi get it? Does he get it? I'll tell you why. Sumant and Professor back on the debate. One say, Sumant, you and Professor will debate, but I'll just ask a question. You and Professor will debate. From Singapore and Chennai, you'll debate. We are decentralized. We are not like the Congress party. Listen to me now. Sumant and Professor will debate. I put a hypothesis before you, not the one Rahul was talking about. A very specific question is put. And the question is, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, can you please tell me why during the years that your family ruled India, India's per capita income grew less than the world average? Now, Sumant, understand. Professor Basu is not a stupid man. He understands that the guy has not got the question, so he repeats it 3 times. He repeats the question on 3 occasions. You see the video. Okay, Sumant, see the video. I want Sumant and Professor Basu together. What was Rahul Gandhi's answer? My problem is not with the fact that he didn't understand it the first time. My problem, and even a class 2 student, even a class 2 student will say, my problem is with the counter question. First of all, the counter question was this. Do you agree, first of all, or don't you, that India is a success today? I mean, I don't know whether to laugh or to cry. I don't know what to do. Was this childishness? Was it confusion? Or was it incomprehension? What do you mean? I am asking you a question. Suppose I ask you, is this angle 60 degrees? And your reply is the sun shining above you? What kind of an answer is this? Who give? And by the way,
as clear as the question.
Answer was clear.
As clear as the question.
Answer was clear. What was clear about the answer? What was clear?
Question.
Rhetorical.
Yeah, and it was as clear as the question.
I leave it. What was? It was a rhetorical question.
What was? Yeah, it was.
He's asked a question. Why was the Indian economy growing at less than the world average?
And when he answer was when he said it is not clear, what's your hypothesis? He says read my book.
It is not. No, he says read my book. He says read my book. He says no. One second. He said read my book because he is a person who is a professor. He is refusing to be patronized by him. So he's saying, read my book. Don't patronize me by asking me what my hypothesis is. The answer that he gave is, first of all, do you agree India is a success today? What kind of answer is this here?
What is this? A professor of economic history wouldn't have asked this question.
What are you saying? What?
Okay,
now, I'll ask Professor and Sumant, what was going on? Professor, in your view, before Sumant takes off, what was the answer? Do you agree India is a success today? What was the tactical answer that he gave you? What did that mean? Sumant? Okay, Sumant wants to say something before you, Professor. Yes, Sumant.
What was
he
his
asked me,
reply to
what
it?
is my hypothesis?
The professor's reply was India is a success only after the Gandhi family stepped down. Go back and play the tape. How absolutely giving the game away is that statement? India is a success story only after the Gandhi family steps down is what this man said. And I can tell you a lot of what else this man has said over the last, go back and see the interview that he gave to Rediff in November 2017. And I don't know, I want to ask Mr. Kohli if he agrees with a lot of what this man says. He has called the Quit India movement, he said that it was an impotent movement. He has called names of Jawaharlal Nehru, Mahatma Gandhi, and he's also...
Focus on the issue. Sumant, you're trying to take away.
I will come
to that. Take away. No, he's trying to take away. One sec.
No.
You answer the question.
No, but Mr. Sumant, the direct point is, I'm not here endorsing or not endorsing the professor. He asked a question, we saw the answer, and we saw the manufacturing of the entire process thereafter.
Even otherwise, I'm sorry to interject over here.
Kanchan. You saw the answer. No, do you agree with this?
Let us for a moment accept that this professor was baiting Rahul Gandhi on a public platform.
Which is okay, it happens.
Which is perfectly fine.
Rahul Gandhi is not... Rahul Gandhi is not a babe in the woods frolicking in Neverland. He's got to be a little reasonable about the situation out here. Please. Yeah.
So if he was baiting, he should not have bitten the bait. Now, if he bites the bait, then it is his problem. And then not only does he bite the bait, he's unable to come up with a decent response.
Sumant, listen. Sumant, will you listen to me? Sumant, it's a Friday. Sumant, it's a Friday. I have a hoarse throat. Your Karthik Chidambaram has made me speak too much. I want to...
Is it a decent
Listen
answer?
to me, listen to me.
India is a success story only after your family stepped down.
You tell me, I'll ask you a question, you tell me, Sumant.
Listen, Arnab.
Come on, don't try to bully me. Listen to me now, Sumant.
No, what is indecent?
No, he's trying... Sumant, listen.
No, you listen to the tape.
Sumant, listen, I saw the tape. I saw the tape. I had so many laughs. I'll ask you, everybody will see the tape. And
did you see this man
It's good
say
for
that?
weekend laughter. Understand to me.
That India became
this tape will play and the gentleman...
the family stepped down. Did you see that?
He gave a factual point out there and he will respond to you. One second. Now you want to have a debate on... Okay, Professor Basu, go on. Professor Basu is responding. Professor Basu.
So India was a failure.
I must tell you that is not the subject. The subject is not...
I might speak.
Why are you answering for Rahul Gandhi, Sumant?
Can I respond?
Rahul, why are you answering?
I'm not answering. I'm just... Look, he is calling India a failure,
Let me respond.
He called India a failure until 2014.
I have never in my life called India a failure.
Sorry, I don't agree with that.
When the Indian economy opened up, I gave an interview to Fortune magazine on the basis of which India became a success story.
You have insulted the people of this country. You have insulted our freedom fighters. You have insulted Mahatma Gandhi.
The people
what kind of a man are you? You have insulted Mahatma Gandhi.
This is the limit.
Let me respond.
Let the professor respond.
Let me respond. What is this nonsense? Can I respond, please? Can I respond?
See the interview. Shall I read out? Shall I read out from the interview, Arnab? Shall I read out from the interview all these things that he has said?
You let him respond and then he
will tell you what is in the interview.
Sumant, he's sitting in Singapore. Let him respond.
Can I respond?
Sure.
Go on, Professor.
All right.
Sumant.
Since you talk about the Quit India movement, all I have said in that interview is that after the Quit India call of Mahatma Gandhi, in the following 5 months, 100,000 Indians, a lakh of Indians, joined the British Indian Armed Forces every single month. Yet, after the INA trials, there was a revolt in the Indian Armed Forces. There was a Royal Indian Navy mutiny which covered every single port of the Royal Indian Navy.
Reading from your interview.
78 out of 88.
India call.
I am giving you the details. It was impotent.
That India ultimately,
I am telling you the truth. I am giving you the truth, which has been hidden from the people of India.
Professor,
I am telling you the truth.
Professor, I wish to tell you something. Professor, I wish to tell you something. 1 second. Professor, may I? Listen to me. Mr. Basu, Dr. Basu. Professor Basu, I want to share something with you right now. And I want to tell you this. Don't get angry.
Listen,
you know, Sumant is a seasoned television debater. He is baiting you into a discussion on who contributed how much to history at what point of time and ideological perspectives. I assure you that on Republic I will have that debate. And I will welcome you. You will come down from Singapore. We will have that debate. But another time, another occasion. Today the debate is Rahul Gandhi.
Yes.
And Sumant will do everything possible in his might not to discuss Rahul Gandhi. My second question is, we have to discuss, there's a problem. My second question is, Rahul Gandhi was asked a question
it's a systemic issue.
Rahul Gandhi said, his second reply was, are you saying that I had absolutely no role in Indian politics from 2004 to today? You are being asked why, when Gandhi's ruled India, India's per capita income was less than the world average. He has replied, saying, are you trying to say I had no contribution in Indian politics from 2004 or today? What is this? Ye kya hai? Ye kya hai?
Okay.
Is this ignorance? Is this insecurity?
It's incomprehension.
It's incomprehension. It is inability. Ye kya hai? What language does he want the question in? You understand the problem. Please, Dushyant, dekhiye. Understand the problem. I am asking the question to everyone.
Do you realize?
You know, it's
that his attendance rate...
No, you understand. Dushyant, you understanding.
आप सब लोग बोल रहे हैं आधा घंटा से.
One second, Professor, I'm coming to Professor.
विनम्रता से आपकी बात सबकी सुना, किसी को बीच में टोका नहीं.
वीडियो देखिए आप.
सर, मैं
आपने
सब
वीडियो
देख के आया हूँ, पूरी तैयारी से आया हूँ, ऐसे नहीं आ गया यहाँ घूमता हुआ पिकनिक के लिए.
देखिए, देखा है वीडियो.
दुनिया में दो तरीके के लोग होते हैं. नलिन जी बैठे हुए हैं, विद्वान व्यक्ति हैं, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के प्रवक्ता हैं. एक वो होते हैं जो सिर्फ बात करते हैं, काम नहीं करते. और ये मैं नहीं कह रहा, ये रामायण के उत्तरकांड में भगवान राम ने लक्ष्मण जी से कहा, तुलसीदास जी का लिखा हुआ है. दूसरे कौन होते हैं?
क्या कह रहे हैं वो तो बता.
नहीं.
पूरे ब्रह्मांड के रहस्य में समझ नहीं आया.
आप सुन लीजिए. नहीं, आप तो कंचन गुप्ता जी, मैं कितना आपका आदर करता हूँ, लेकिन आप क्यों, मैं मतलब सम्मान को बना रहने दीजिए. मैं आप गंभीर बात कहना चाहता हूँ. दूसरे लोग एक तरीके के लोग वो होते हैं कि जो सिर्फ बात करते हैं, काम नहीं करते. दूसरे लोग वो होते हैं जो काम ज्यादा करते हैं, बात कम करते हैं. कुछ लोग जुमलों में एक्सपर्ट हैं और बात को यूटर्न मारने में एक्सपर्ट हैं. कुछ लोगों ने देश को पिछले दिनों में दिया है. क्या दिया है राहुल गांधी ने? लैंड एक्विजिशन बिल दिया 1895 से किसानों का. अब मैंने देखा ना अर्नब, मैं कितना विनम्रता से सुना. अब आप यार मतलब आप मेरे को सुन लो. आप
पूछ रहा हूं आपको, अगर राहुल गांधी को आज आप डाइवर्ट मत कीजिए मेरे साथ. देखिए मेरा क्या है ना, मैं आपको कह रहा हूं ना, मेरा टनल विजन है सवालों पर. यानी कि मैं सिर्फ मैं एक तरफ देख रहा हूं. मैं आई ऑफ द फिश से सवाल पूछ रहा हूं आपको. सुनिए मेरी बात. मैं ये पूछ रहा, अगर राहुल गांधी को इस वक्त कोई फोन करके पूछे कि राहुल गांधी, देश में जब हम इंडिपेंडेंट हुए थे तब हमारे हाउ मच ऑफ इंडिया वाज अंडर द पॉवर्टी line, will he be able to answer?
14 करोड़ लोगों को 2004 से 14 के बीच में कांग्रेस की सरकार ने गरीबी रेखा से बाहर निकाला. 14 करोड़ लोगों को. क्या बात कर रहे हैं आप? मेरी पूरी बात सुनिए.
और उन्होंने कांग्रेस को वोट नहीं दिया क्योंकि वो संतुष्ट थे. आप ये कहना चाहते हैं?
नहीं सर,
मतलब ये पहली बार मैंने सुना इतिहास में कि कांग्रेस ने 14 करोड़ लोगों को गरीबी से हटाया और उन्होंने वोट इसलिए नहीं दिया क्योंकि वो संतुष्ट थे.
I will tell you some.
Just 1 second. No, I find
watch. Are you denying? Nalin, are you denying the fact that poverty levels in India have gone down in the last 20 years?
But that's for him to reply. No. You don't answer Rahul's point.
No. He's talking to him. He's talking to him. Why are you denying that?
We started off. Mr. Rahul Gandhi goes to Singapore. He decides to, for whatever, whoever advised him, he decides to play the role of an intellectual and he obviously does not have the ability to comprehend the stuff which is to do with economics. Now, this is not something new. Like, he stood up in Parliament and he gave a long rambling speech on farmers or whatever, and there he did not even know what Narega stands for. Now, I think even a primary school kid today in the country
there's a problem.
Would know what Narega stands for. Now, before that, he goes off to Bhatta Parsol, and there he sees a brick kiln where, you know, bricks and all these bhattas bricks are baked. And he comes back and says, oh, I saw people, you know, who were killed and they were being cremated and they were being burnt over there.
What is there a comprehension problem?
Man has absolutely no idea.
Sumant is
now, there is a linkage to
Sumant
this.
wants to come.
Now, before that, just an anecdote. Rajiv Gandhi had gone to Washington, and at the National Press Club, I think there was some tangential question on the Boston Tea Party. And he was totally clueless about what the Boston Tea Party was.
That's okay, I don't expect
Which is perfectly okay.
I don't expect him to know American history.
But this is not something... the reason I'm mentioning that is that this question was not somebody asking Rahul Gandhi to talk about the Boston Tea Party. This was a very simple question. The problem is that India's economy and economic parameters have changed. He could have said, yes, of course it has changed. The world has changed. India's economy has changed.
And you know, people are becoming a little fed up. You know, it's not cute anymore. And Sumant, you need to understand, I have no problem. You know, the issue is, if you have strong views, you can be countered. Allow me to complete. If you have strong views, you can be countered. If Aarti has strong views on a subject, I disagree with her, we'll have an intellectual contest, something will come out of it. But if you have no views also, it's okay. You will be bland and passive, but it won't be in the absence of information, somebody will have views. But if you don't have knowledge and information and facts, and basic, Sumant, you must understand, basic levels of awareness, then up to a point you'll be surrounded by a group of people who will say, marvelous situation, we will do his thinking for him. And so you'll be surrounded by 3 or 4 groups of sycophants who will say, we'll become your brains. But the problem will be that eventually you will have to answer some questions yourself. So the question is not about his views. The question is about now competence and awareness. I'll tell you one example, Sumant, and I'll end with this. January 2014, I had the opportunity to meet him, you know. And when I met him, I asked him a question on 1984. His response to me was, the fact of the matter is that the people died in 1984. What kind of an answer was that? He said, innocent people dying is a horrible thing. What kind of an answer is that? And then I asked him one more question. He said, well, no, I wasn't involved in the riots at all. And anyone looking at that interview can see the clip and say, was that a problem of awareness or a problem of opinion? I think it was a problem of awareness. The problem, if you're not aware of what happened in India in 1984, that you can't be a reasonable, factual reply to the question, then the people of India will have a problem. You can't, you know, life is not about wearing a Burberry suit and going to a rock concert. This is India, a large, complex country with a deep culture, heritage, and problems facing it, and also a future. Can you harness the future of this country in the hands of a person who would not know basics about 84 or 75? You realize the issue, don't run away from it. Sumant, don't run. Sumant, don't run from yourself. You may want to be Rahul Gandhi's advisor, but that job has been taken by others.
No, 1 minute. Clearly as incompetent as their boss.
I am not. 1 minute. The 2014 interview of Rahul Gandhi was an unmitigated disaster for him. I am the first person to accept that it was an unmitigated disaster. There was very little of knowledge which came out, or
what was today
all over the place.
What was today?
I agree with you.
What was today, Nalin? What was today, Nalin?
I think I'll put it out one thing.
How was today different from 2014?
Simply put, Mr. Jaitley uses
what was today?
Mr. Jaitley uses a phrase that the song and the singer both have to be good. In this case,
what
the song
today?
and the singer both are not good. As simple as that.
My interaction in 2014 was a 1 hour interaction.
1 second,
Professor Basu's was a 2-minute interaction. If Professor Basu had 1 hour with Rahul Gandhi, what would happen? Would it be different?
Yes.
Rahul would have been climbing the wall.
If Professor PK Basu had been face to face with Rahul Gandhi for 1 hour, would it have been different from 2014? You eternal optimist, Sumant Raman.
But that's okay. People
why
build
not
on
you
hope.
play out-
But I think,
why not
Mr.
you
Goswami,
play out
I'll
the
write
entire
to
film?
Nalin is counting.
I want to just
Why
simply
don't you
say,
play out the
1 minute,
entire
Sumant, I have a point to make,
and
please.
let the viewers decide.
Sumant, I have just 2 points to make.
I'll play the video here.
Sumant, I have 2 points to
I'll
make,
play
and
the
I'll just
video.
say it. Interview or no interview, there are 2 parts to it. One part is, Mr. Jaitley says, and it's a very well-known phrase of his, that the song and the singer both have to be good. In this case, the song and the singer both are not good. It's not working. And the second part is, what I think Kanchan raises is an important point. If you're going out there, if you're willing to take a question, even if there is a problem with the person who's asking the question, the answer has to be credible, or choose not to answer. But once you answer and you manufacture or doctor the answer to paint it in a higher light, it reveals hollowness of both leadership and the team that's backing the leadership. Simple.
That
And this country needs an opposition, but this...
Doctoring. What is the meaning of the word doctoring? What is
you want to go into that, you know.
Sorry?
Well, okay, if you want to play with the word doctoring, then let's go on to the MRI thing. How do you solve the healthcare of India?
I'll tell you.
The MRI
You made a
machines
comment
of the
on doctors
country.
today.
Now, if you want to go on the doctor and healthcare, we can start a whole debate there too.
Arnab, coincidentally, Arnab, just listen to this.
Okay.
He said in 2013.
Let's do the healthcare thing. Please go.
No, he said on politics.
Gentlemen, and Google connected healthcare. Go and Google connected healthcare, and
yes, connected healthcare is a concept, not MRI is connected.
Healthcare system.
Because I mean, what are you trying to say? A brain scan should be connected all over the country, or a knee scan? What are we trying to say?
But anyway, we don't want to get into that. But I say there's a historical precedent out here, and I want to just tell you one of the. I said today there are different contributions everyone has to our country, and Rahul is contributing with these moments, and we must be grateful for him for that. I must tell you that he has said that poverty is in a state of mind, no problem. He said politics is in your shirt and in your pant. Politics is in your shirt and in your pant. Poverty is a state of mind. India is a computer. Congress is the default program. Healthcare is data. We are not an elephant. We are a beehive. Congress party is a conversation. I mean, I'll tell you, but the bigger ones were where he said that India is bigger than Europe and United States put together. That was a serious comment. He actually believed it. There is no doubt that in Rahul Gandhi's matrix-like mind, the per capita income of the country post-independence must have been skyrocketing. You have to understand. You see, which planet's velocity needs to be escaped to achieve per capita income success as per Rahul? None of it makes sense anymore. You understand? You can have all your social media. And Kanchan is actually looking worried today. He's not amused.
It's scary.
It is not making sense.
No, it is.
You realize this?
No, it is scary.
It is not making sense.
Between 2004 to 2014, he could have been a prime minister. So it's scary, right?
No, but he wasn't prime minister.
He could have been.
No, so are you scared that he's going to become prime minister now?
He could have been. He could have been. It has a very
sorry. That is not the worry, Aarti. That is not the worry or the scare.
What is the worry?
You see, the fact is, come on, Aarti, he is the president of the Congress party.
Yeah, but the people will reject the Congress party if they find it foolish.
There is more to life than people rejecting the Congress. This man goes abroad. He is representing India's politics.
And there's something even more important.
And it is very worrisome. The man who sits there and he doesn't know what per capita income is.
People go abroad and make fools of
But we are not talking about lots of people.
Mahatma Gandhi is an NRI.
The point
Mahatma Gandhi is an NRI.
I know. Very stupid. All I'm saying
Sardar Patel is an NRI.
All I'm saying is
Sardar Patel is an NRI.
If he is making a fool of himself, if he's incapable of leading the Congress, the people of India will reject the Congress
Aarti, I'll tell you what's scary.
They will reject him.
Aarti, there's
it's
another
so
point.
Simple.
No. There's something more scary than that.
Why are you getting so worried
There's something more scary than that. He goes abroad.
You should be
he
happy.
projects India.
You should be happy.
He runs down the government. He runs down the country.
I see him as the
absolutely scary. And absolutely.
Of the other national party in this country.
You see, you must understand when you say...
the party
can you call the Congress a national party anymore? I mean,
the man doesn't know. He sits on a public platform in the National University of Singapore and says, and lets the whole world know.
I'll tell you. My only problem is this. My problem is this. My problem is this. That Rahul. I'll tell you my problem. That you keep talking about the party. This party founded in December 1885. Okay, and it was founded in Bombay. he cannot go and say that, do you know something? This Congress party is a non-resident Indian movement. You see, the problem is, no, you're laughing. No, you're, my question is, I think that says it all. I take a break at this point, and I suggest to Professor Basu that we put him face to face with Rahul Gandhi. I'll put two cameras on both sides, and Professor, we'll all have a good laugh. For now tonight. For now tonight.
Because of him, his income.
For now tonight. Thank you very much. And on the other side tonight, why on earth did the Congress government fast track the passport for Rahul Gandhi, for Dawood Ibrahim's right-hand man? I'll see you on the other side.